So listen, I'm so happy that we got to do this because Paul and I were having a conversation about just like jumping on a podcast at first. And this was like way back, you know, in Fort Worth, probably early this year. So this couldn't be a better time, you know, to jump on and talk about this. But so if y'all don't know, I know I got a lot of people who are, you know, Paul's family, but y'all got to really know how the heart of this man and the fact that he, I mean, not only does he help those who have suffered with asthma, like myself, people who have suffered with high blood pressure, arthritis. I mean, he has pretty much chefed it up, and not only that, but he also helps people with their overall health and wellness, like Les Brown, Tony Evans, Priscilla Shirer, Fred Hammond. You know what I mean? I want you to talk about that, Paul, at some point today, and how you guys have that collaboration with the ginger brew, which is what I tasted. That was super fire. So I mean, and the list goes on. Like, I'll be here all day talking about, you know, all the people that you serve, many who we know, and then what I love the most is the everyday people too that you help. Absolutely. Because when you first told me that not only do you cook for people at their homes, and this isn't just celebrities. Like, yes, you have a amazing lineup of people who are politicians, who are pastors, who are athletes. Like you help athletes too. Yeah. But it's also the fact that you go grocery shopping. This man goes grocery shopping with his clients just to show them like how to eat better, how to make healthier choices. And I feel like that's another reason why I really am honored to have you here, because you really care about community. It's not just about, you know, the clientele or like the big names. Like, you really care about the people who are close, you know, within your reach, their family, and just your city alone. You know what I mean? So just so y'all know that that's who Paul is, and then I'm sure he can tell you a lot more, but I want to speak up and tell them my perspective of you. Oh, thank you. And from the moment I met him through my Aunt Sonia, and we're in the kitchen, and let me tell y'all this, I was super excited because she's like, oh, we're going to have, you know, you guys eat plant-based, so we're going to actually have our Paul, you know, our chef, you know, come and make. I'm like, he coming and make us some plant. So we're like, oh, we're going to have a chef come and help us with plant-based meals. I'm like, okay, Auntie Sonia's house and Uncle Anthony's house is lit, you know? So I thought that was super cool. And then not only that, as you were cooking, and many people who follow me that seen the stories, probably seen a lot of what you were saying, you spent time just to educate us on what you were making, what you were adding, a lot of the different myths, you know what I mean, that we think about, like the sea salt, the Himalayan, like ways that many of us think we're being healthy. But sometimes it just takes like someone like yourself that actually spends a lot of time, you know, with thinking about health and wellness, that really helps crack a lot of those codes. And then the last thing I'll say before I let you take the floor, because this is part of the introduction, is that his mom, and you can correct me if anything I get messed up, but his mom, Miss Ann, had a heart attack. I would say since she just turned 81, and she's beautiful, man. Her skin is amazing. She just turned 81. So was it 16 years ago that she had the heart attack? 15 years ago. So it's still 15. Okay, we're good. Right, so, on 15. Yeah, coming up on 16. Oh, perfect. Okay, well, see, this is what led you on your journey. So Miss Ann, you know, had a heart attack, and you'll give the details of that, but that is really what transitioned, or how you actually made a life shift to help her get better and recover. And that really just changed the trajectory of the both of your lives. And now you're able to impact so many people today, and even like 6,000 people in counting, you know, with all these various diseases and viruses and stuff. So everybody, welcome PaulHRitter.
Oh, thank you.
We love you.
I'm excited to be here because let me tell you, I met Hunter, like she said, at her aunt's house, and it's going to be brief so we can just start spilling information. We met everybody, and literally 3 minutes later, we was dancing in the kitchen. It was on. It was on and popping with same code, and we was on it. And so I'm just so excited for all that she's doing out in Cali. You know, girl, you blew my mind with what you did in Africa with Nike and just all of that stuff. So praises be to you and all the great work you're doing out there.
Thank you, Paul.
Stay prayed up, stay on purpose, stay on mission. because there's something really, really big out in your future. So you just got to stay on the road, baby girl. It's coming. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
So, so with that said, I've been in the health and wellness business 15 years. And so I just want to jump right in on, you know, what's happening in today's society, what we're going through, the COVID-19 and all of that. So
Yeah,
first of all, I want to share with everyone, stay calm.
Yep.
Be normal. And, you know, the Bible says we perish for lack of knowledge. So in the process of perishing for lack of knowledge, let's pull the curtain back to understand what we're dealing with and understand the foundation of the issue. See, we're reacting to the top of it now.
Right.
But the foundational principle of what's going on in America and around the world is, number one, there's my mom. Hey, mama.
Mama's here?
We've gotta take our health more seriously.
Right.
And part of the COVID issue is they don't have enough ventilation for patients. You know, they're struggling to get ventilators because people's respiratory systems need more oxygen. Well, let's back up and understand what causes your respiratory system unable to function. And that's nutrition.
Yeah.
And the primary food group that damages your respiratory system is dairy products.
Yeah.
And so for everyone out there, you have to understand dairy decreases your oxygen level. And when your oxygen level gets decreased to a certain point, we have asthma. I don't know if anyone out there that has family members with asthma, it's a dairy issue, not hereditary. So let's just put that to bed.
Can I stop right there, Paul? Because I can speak on the asthma part because I have asthma and I don't eat or I don't drink dairy, as you know.
Right.
And of course, like the running, people who do follow me, I run a lot. So that has helped my lungs. But I definitely, I always kind of been like lactose. But even I would add it to my cereal at the time and I would get short of breath.
Absolutely.
Now being plant-based and I just obviously like drink oat milk, or I don't really drink it and take it back, but I do have it in my cereal or like mixing it in my smoothies.
Right.
It's a drastic shift in like even like how I breathe. I don't get shorter. Only time I get sick is when I have a cold.
Right.
And that's it. That's why obviously I'm like, you know, I would say high risk of the virus because like I do have that challenge. But besides that, just to add like dairy
and
sure,
so
it's a game changer.
We've just got to move away from a society as dairy and find the better alternatives, whether you like oat milk. I encourage people to do rice milk simply because it's lactose-free, dairy-free, cholesterol-free. But the big scope of this is that dairy has become an everyday product for us in our food consumption, and we missed the mark because dairy should not be an everyday. That should be something we just play around with. You know, it shouldn't be the first choice. It should be the last choice.
Yeah.
And I see a question that says, why are so many African Americans lactose intolerant? And thank you for the question. I'm going to answer it now. It's not that it's an African American issue. It's that a lot of us grew up eating government cheese. And so, you know, I was sharing on a podcast earlier today. Check this out, y'all. Stay with me. So most of us grew up at the corner store, grocery store, and then we graduated as times have changed to Walmart in our culture. In other cultures, they grew up going to HEB, Market Street, Central Market, Sprouts, Whole Foods.
Right.
So it's not that we don't want to do better. We haven't been exposed to better.
Right.
So when the only thing that you have to eat are the scraps, that's all you choose to eat.
And then you have an acquired taste for it as well.
And you have an acquired taste for it.
Yeah.
And so I see someone says, but dairy also has healthy advantages. Now, I don't know who sent that. We're gonna have a good conversation tonight. There is no healthy principle to dairy. And anything dairy is connected to, it loses all nutritional value. And you have to understand that, and feel free to keep asking questions. Now, if you choose to do dairy, that's okay. I'm not the I'm the coach, not the cop. I don't arrest nobody, so that's a personal choice. I
Right.
just choose to educate. But also from a dairy perspective, dairy is the second leading cause of cancer. And so, you know, breast cancer, prostate cancer, all these cancers that we think mysteriously just kind of happen, it's not mysterious, it's nutritional.
Yeah.
And so until we understand what we really put in our mouth affects not just our energy, not just us going to sleep, but it affects our cellular level. It affects how you sleep, how you rest, how your body recovers. And so we just have to take a serious more conversation on Dr. Walker. Hey, that's one of my doctor brothers that's an incredible brother. So
Yeah.
we just got to
I
take a
agree,
much more
Faith.
serious approach to
Yeah.
understanding what dairy is. So now, I want to say this for some of you who've never heard me before. I'm not about deprivation. I'm about a different choice.
That's what I'm about to. Let's go, Paul. Let's go.
So instead
Replace.
of your milk, do rice milk. If you're doing the spreads of butter, go back to just regular butter. If you want to do it from a vegan perspective, earth balance would be better. Now,
Yeah.
understand all of those other things that they say are wonderful. Your country crock, I can't believe it's not butter now, got a vegan thing. Oh, wait till I'll get to that.
Speak on that. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, y'all about to have me going crazy over here tonight. So all of those are 1 degree away from plastic. That's why they float. They are 1 degree away from plastic. Plastic floats. So you just want to stay away from all of that. Now, someone asks, hey, Faith, my girl Faith down in San Antonio. If you're going to do eggs, we just need to do the cleanest version of eggs. So your eggs need to make sure they are brown.
Brown. You told me that.
So for those of you that still love eggs and eating white eggs don't come out chickens white, they come out brown.
Right.
And you want to make sure it says a couple of things on them. It should say cage free, with DHA and AHA, alpha lipoic acids, which contains your omegas that allows your brain to operate properly. So just on the dairy conversation real quick, just a review, rice milk is a better choice. Use real butter, preferably organic, but if you can't get organic, just get some good unsalted butter. You can do Land O'Lakes, you can do whatever.
Paul, how do you feel about like coconut milk? Because I don't drink almond milk. I used to. Could you kind of speak on those really quick, like the coconut milk, the almond milk, and the oats?
So here's the difference in all of those. Coconut is great for you. Almond and soy, you need to monitor, because if you have a blood pressure issue or a cholesterol issue, those little traces of cholesterol don't allow you to get where you need to be from a level part, from a medical level part. You know, rice milk, coconut, oat have no cholesterol. So then it's just a better choice. Right. And one of the things, you know, Hunter, I try to share with people, I try to give you the best thing first. Yeah. And then I want you to go read up on it, study up, and come back to me. Yeah. Because you're welcome, Faith, because it's like the Bible. The Bible information is complete truth. It's not facts. It's truth.
And truth and tell people we're not gonna get all the way deep into that, but it's a revelatory book.
It's a revelatory book, and truth never changes.
Yeah.
Truth never changes. Facts change. Truth doesn't.
Okay. Yep.
So once you understand the truth about food, then you never have to do a diet. You never have to
speak on that, because Paul, if you look at, and everyone that's watching, if you look at something as a diet, you can't keep it up. It just won't last. It won't last. It's a lifestyle. So even though like I eat plant-based, and I like this conversation because like Paul, we have really great conversations about nutrition. It's like you actually are not fully plant-based, but you do have a very dense and variety within like how you eat. But it's like, if you look at it as a lifestyle, then it becomes your go-to in your everyday. So I don't have to cheat, because it's like the family isn't on a diet.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I
And
think that's
so,
important too.
and it's crucial because every diet has a shortfall.
Yeah.
And you can't do a diet for your lifestyle. You can do it for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. You might even be able to do it for 6 months, but eventually you're going to want to shift away. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I'm really adamant on trying to share with people is have a lifestyle of good choices. And when I say a lifestyle of good choices, that lifestyle eliminates all the myths that we tend to dive into now. For example, calorie counting.
Mm.
And so let me just pull the curtain back on calorie counting. Artificial ingredients aren't counted as calories. So that's why you can have a zero Coke or you can have a frozen dinner that only has 40 calories in it because it's full of a lot of artificial ingredients.
Y'all taking notes?
So understand when you buying that 100-calorie snack or that 0-calorie Coke, you're not reading the back. Because what's the most important thing is the ingredient content. Forget calorie counting, especially all the ladies that are on the calorie counting does you no good because you're not counting, you don't understand what you're counting. You know, I always go back, we perish for lack of knowledge.
Right. So Paul, are you saying this? So if people are into calorie counting and they actually are counting calories based on foods that only have like one ingredient in them or something more simplified. I just brought like a little example, like this is like some chickpea noodles or whatever.
Right.
But the only ingredient in that is chickpea.
Right.
It's chickpea flour, right?
And that's
So
all you that's the most important thing.
yeah, so you're saying like it's best to count the calorie based off of the actual like natural ingredients versus artificial.
Well, I
count
haven't
either.
taught calorie counting in 15 years. I don't even teach it. I educate on it, but I just want people to eat real food.
Right.
Because your body breaks down what's real. And let me share this. Whenever you consume something artificial, whether it's a drink, a food, a snack, your pancreas has to produce twice as much insulin to break it down. So granted, it says 0 calorie, but now your body just produced twice as much sugar. So I would rather eat something that's natural and wholesome that has calories,
right,
that your body doesn't have to work as hard to break down. So for all my African American listeners, y'all, let me make it real plain. You know how you eat and get sleepy? That's because your pancreas got to produce too much sugar.
Let's go. Yeah. So you're saying you shouldn't get the itis. You shouldn't get the
itis, but because you're eating something that is so hard for your body to break down, you get sleepy.
Let's go. And look, we say, oh, I got the itis.
I got the itis. We don't put a name on it like Rona.
Teach the people.
So it's not the itis. It's that you just ate a whole bunch of stuff that's high for your body, hard for your body to break down. And so therefore it's your pancreas produces too much insulin. Let me just give you another example. And I'm jumping all over the map tonight, y'all. So y'all just got to forget. I'm hitting the subject as the questions come. That's why for all of you that are tuned in, every time you chew a sugar-free product, eat a sugar-free product, you're doubling your sugar level. Because the first ingredient in everything sugarless or sugar-free is sorbitol, which is alcohol.
That's something that I mentioned on the stories, Paul, and I want you, before we transition into, and obviously feel free to like jump in, because I do want us to tell the people like how to stay motivated when it comes to making healthier choices, because many people can hear the information, but then it's hard for them to apply it. And then like, how to boost our immune system during this COVID-19 pandemic. But I do want you right now to tell us about the sugar-free gum that you were talking about.
Yes, Mike, insulin makes you sleepy, and Mike is a great brother of mine. Let me tell you why insulin makes you sleepy, because see, y'all don't understand where insulin is made from. So I hope nobody's driving. I hope everybody's sitting down. Somebody tell you where insulin comes from. Insulin is made from pork. Let me say that again. Insulin is made from pork. And that's why, you know, depending on the level that you have, they'll say you have a slow acting insulin or whatever. Yeah, because it's hard for your body to break down pork.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I just wanted to drop that nugget. So back to the sugarless products. In every sugarless product, 3 of your top 5 ingredients are alcohol sugars.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that love Orbit or Extra or Trident or 5, every time you chew one of those gums, if you were to prick yourself and take your sugar level 15 to 20 minutes later, your sugar is going to be 250.
Wow.
Diabetic is 100.
I can't see.
So, you know, if you're going to chew gum, a better choice, and you can find this at your local Whole Foods store, is called Glee. Glee.
E-E. Yeah.
And it's just a better choice of gum. It's got 4 or 5 ingredients. The sweetener is raw sugar, cane sugar, and it's just a better choice. It's the same price as your Orbit. The only problem is it doesn't have 20 ingredients. It's got 4 or 5. Hey, everybody that's joining Tune 07, MB.
Hey, Jonathan.
What's up, people? Hey, hey, hey. Faith, what's up? What's up, Faith?
Faith, you coming for her life.
Get off of that Orbit, Faith. You know better. So, you know.
What about mints? What about mints too, Paul? Talk on that, because like gum and mints are hand in hand.
All the things that say sugarless or sugar-free.
Yeah.
Sorbitol is the first ingredient. Mannitol is second. Lactitol is fourth. And everything sugarless or sugar-free. And so then you wonder why it's so hard to lose weight, because you are being impacted so hard from the cellular level with the artificial sugar / alcohol that it's almost impossible for you to burn all of that off in a day, unless you're going to go work out for 4 hours, and who has that time?
Right. And
so all the sugarless products you just want to stay away from, because they're damaging. They're just damaging.
That's so good, because many people don't know that. I feel like you eat chewing gum without even thinking about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what the sugarless gums do to us from a digestional perspective, Hunter, is it eats away at your stomach wall. That's why anyone that is listening, and I bet you, if you are an avid gum chewer like 5, Orbit, Extra, Trident, you have digestive issues on a pretty consistent basis. And so you just want to really move away from that.
Okay. That's really good. And even so far, like, you gave us some really good tips too, and I'll probably like reiterate them too, because you even talked about, like, even with the milk, you said that a good replacement for that is rice milk, and coconut milk is okay when you're eating
oat milk, which has become real trendy now and popular.
Yeah, I like oat milk. Oat milk is
Faith says yes, I do. Wow, referring to the digestive issues. Yeah, if you chew a lot of sugar-free gum or mints, you have a digestive problem.
Wow.
And
you said Glee is good, right? Glee is good. You said what? Glee is a better
choice of gum, just because it doesn't have the sugar alcohol content. It doesn't have all the artificial content in it. And so it's just a better choice.
That's good.
So watch this. Look, can I just keep going, Hunter?
Go ahead. You good. Keep going.
Okay. Floor. So when it comes to our digestive tract and it being unsettled, especially for ladies tend to get this a lot more than men. Eventually, it's going to lead to something else, i.e. fibroids or something along that line. And I know tons of young African-American women that have fibroids, and it's a two-headed monster. One, you're eating too much sugar. Somebody saying this is great for me. I have a very sensitive stomach, so I have to watch certain things. I love sour cream and eggs. Okay, Serenity, smile. The sour cream is one of the issues that's causing the digestive. Now, I'm gonna give everybody solutions tonight for this stuff too. So don't just hang with us. But when it comes to your digestive issue, when you are doing a lot of sugar-free products, you're gonna have digestive issues that may grow into fibroids, because your body goes one or two ways. Either what you're eating is acidic, or it makes your body more alkaline. Now, let me explain the difference. When your body has a high level of acidity, you're more susceptible to viruses. Hint, hint, you're more susceptible to cancer, lupus, AIDS, whatever. When your body has a high alkaline level,
yeah, that's good.
you can't even catch a cold.
Mm.
So now, how do we get that? It's strictly based on what you're putting in your mouth. And so going back to the quickest way to get your body more alkaline, and I'm going to give y'all something to show you what to get as far as for your digestive tract. Kim, can you get the magnesium? So there we go. That's right. So one of the things as far as getting your body more alkaline initially, oh, she got it right there. Okay, there she got it.
I got you, Paul.
Oh, you got me. You got me.
You got to apply the information.
So let me tell you. So
screenshot it.
Alkaline water will start making your body more alkaline. But for everybody that has a digestive issue, what Hunter just put on the screen is magnesium oxide, pure powder from now. Y'all can get this from Amazon. It's a whopping $9. What this does is going to help with your digestive issues. Now, if you look on the back where it says ingredients, it says none. Magnesium oxide. How can we stay alkaline? I'll get to that. Magnesium oxide does multiple things. One is going to help eliminate any digestive issues that you're having. It's a white powder. You just put it in something, stir it up, and drink it. Number two, it helps you sleep better.
Perfect. Okay.
Number three, it's going to keep you more regular. And you have to understand, people, most of us are walking around really constipated.
Oh, no taste. So it has no taste to it.
No,
I
it's
usually have it in a 6-ounce glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
And stir it up, and it's only a fourth of a teaspoon?
A fourth of a teaspoon.
Yeah.
And this is also great because it's anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you're taking this every single day for the rest of your life, because magnesium oxide is one of the minerals that we need the most of in the body, but we get the least of.
Yeah.
Because magnesium comes from all of our dark greens.
Mm-hmm.
And if we took a survey right now, most of us are not eating 5 to 7 helpings of dark greens every day, every meal.
Yeah. How often?
You take it once a day.
Yeah. Also, Paul, some of you may not or may know that I run. So this helps for muscle. It's like bone and muscle health. So I do notice my left knee kind of hurts when I run. So this is really helpful to my bones and muscles. So anyone who's like into athletics, it's really good for that.
That's right. I have all my athletes take it. So back to how somebody said, in the cart now, get it. Now, how do we make how do we make our bodies more alkaline, and why it's so critical? Number one, it's a product called green Magma. Yes. For those of you that maybe follow me on Instagram or see me on Facebook recently, if you go to my page, you'll see it. It's an incredible green product. It was the very first one ever created. And it is absolutely amazing. Will the magnesium help bursitis? Yes. So now here's this green Magma.
That's the truth. I love that. I ran out. Not gonna get more.
Can everybody see this?
Screenshot that.
Screenshot it. That's right. Screenshot it. This immediately starts making your body more alkaline. Why? Because it's live enzymes. Yeah. Every time you take this green Magma, everybody, it increases your red blood cell count. Your red blood cell count builds your autoimmune system. When your autoimmune system is strong enough, you just don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. You just don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. And so, and then the third and last thing that everybody needs to be getting, if you've been following me lately, that's right, oil of oregano, people. So,
screenshot that, y'all.
What should you take if you're anemic? The green Magma, Destiny, will alleviate your anemia if you take it consistently enough. Now, you have to understand, anemia, just like anything else, is not a quick fix. you've got to make some nutritional changes.
Mm.
And the nutritional changes are going to have to come in baby steps. You know, I'm not the guy that says throw out stuff. I'm the guy that says, let's take baby steps so we can go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. As long as we get to 10, it doesn't matter how we get there.
That's right.
Whether we go 1 to 10 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as long as we get to 10, that's the goal. Mm-hmm. So the oil of oregano, people, is so critical. Antiviral, antibacterial.
A day.
A couple of drops underneath your tongue. You can use it topically. You can, it has so many healing properties that I dare not say all live on air because they might come looking for me.
Right.
So you have to DM me or call me and I can give you more details on what it really does.
Yeah, but, it's the truth.
But yeah, so now I want to pivot and jump to something else because I know Hunter and I talked about this in the kitchen at her aunt's house, and I'm gonna throw most of y'all a curveball. If you are a flavorful food person, there's a good chance you like a little salt.
Speak on it.
There's a good chance you go by your Himalayan salt, your pink salt, your kosher salt,
sea salt,
all these different salts.
Yep.
But what you're missing,
I'm the student, like, I know, teacher.
What you're missing is iodine. And all of these salts tell you right on the front of the bottle, the packaging, this does not contain iodine, a necessary nutrient. And so why is that so important? Because especially for ladies, you know, iodine allows your thyroid to operate properly.
Yeah.
If your thyroid isn't operating properly, then it's either overactive or underactive. And either way is not good for you. You know, when all of our parents sent us to the store when we were small, they said, buy the salt with the umbrella.
Yeah.
With iodine. And they would always emphasize that. Because you need iodine every single day. So one of the products that I use to make foods taste really good, whether it's cooking greens and beans and rice, is seaweed. Mm-hmm. And the brand of seaweed is called kombu. It's full of iodine, everybody. It's full of salt.
I'll send a picture after we're done because I have it from the story you sent.
Mm-hmm. But the wonderful thing about it is it doesn't raise your blood pressure because it's never been commercialized or processed. And it's very inexpensive, and you can put some in some greens, cabbage, any type of rice or beans you're doing, any type of soup, and you will find it really amazing. It will knock your socks off. And it's a great tenderizer. And so as we're talking about salt, that's going to lead me right to my next topic for all of, and all my ladies, give me some love out there because I know we got a few brothers out there listening, Mike and AC and some other people, but MD, ladies, this is so critical, especially for my sisters. You got to change the way you eat because I get so disappointed how many young Black women have to have thyroid surgeries. Yeah. Your thyroid becomes overactive or starts to get damaged when your cholesterol intake is too high. Let me say that again.
Right.
Your thyroid gets damaged when your cholesterol intake is too high. Now, your doctor may say to you, oh, my cholesterol is not high. Yes, because high now is average. See, the average cholesterol in America now is 220. That's the average person walking around, their cholesterol around 220.
Yeah.
Well, 200 is heart attack.
Oh, wow.
210 is stroke.
And not even know it.
But because we've gotten so far away from how we should traditionally eat, so now where does all the cholesterol come from? Uh-oh. Hunter, I'm about to lose all 21 viewers. Drum roll.
Go ahead.
Cholesterol is primarily coming from your nutrition because you are a heavy lover of dairy products. Back to the dairy again. Dairy has twice as much cholesterol as any meat.
Hey, Joy. Yeah.
Hey, Sonia. That's your auntie.
That's my auntie. What's up, auntie? You responsible for this whole thing happening right here.
That's right. She is.
Y'all better thank my auntie.
That's right. And you know what? Can I have a sidebar? So I'm gonna share her story real quick, y'all. I'm just gonna share. I'm gonna share. So her aunt was referred to me a couple of years ago from another good friend. He said, "Hey, man, my friend just got sour cream out. Yes. My friend, she just went to the doctor. Her sugar level is really high. I need you to reach out to her because this particular gentleman, his wife, had lupus. I've been working with them. It's getting tremendously better." And so he said, I said, "Well, man, I've been calling her. She's really nice on the phone, but she ain't got no time. She's too busy for me." He said, "Just tell her you're going to be in Fort Worth one day and she'll slow down and come." So I called her really one day when I was in Fort Worth. She said, "Okay, just come by the house." And we sat down, went over the information, and I am proud to say at that time, her A1C was extremely high, like 15, 16, might have been around 17, I can't remember. But not too long after that, when I had my big health fair at her event, she got up, shouted it out to everybody. We had gotten her A1C down to the 5s. Her husband has lost probably over 50 pounds. He's going through about 4 different wardrobes. And so I just love Sonia to death. Love her, love her, love her, love her, love her.
Love you.
So, okay, y'all. I didn't forget what I was talking about. Back to the cholesterol conversation.
Yeah.
Dairy is a primary source of cholesterol. And until you really get a hold of that, if you continue, what happens is, and ladies, y'all can give me some love to this. Y'all know what I'm talking. Give me some hearts when I hit you in a minute. If you love cheese, your cycles are real heavy. You cramp really bad.
Ooh, you came for us.
Oh, look at the hearts going up. Look at the hearts
going up. But I don't eat dairy, but you still can because I'm
right.
I'm female.
Right. So if you are consuming a lot of dairy products, you cramp really bad. And the reason why is because blood can't pass through fat. Let me say that again. Blood can't pass through fat.
Ayana, you taking notes, right? We got our admin in here.
So what happens is you cramp really bad because everything gets stagnated. So you want to move ladies away. I know it's tough. I live in Texas where it's queso, Mexican food, cheese everywhere. But you just got to, because I see people every day and I come across young girls, 33, 34, 35, and they're all having hysterectomies. And the root cause of a hysterectomy is too much cholesterol intake over years. Now, the doctor's not going to tell you this because you're a good patient. You got good insurance. And so they look at you just like a client.
Yeah.
But you've got to minimize your dairy intake dramatically. Let dairy be one of the last choices. You know, when I was on another podcast earlier today, we were talking about sports. And the guy, we're both basketball people, so we were talking about the pick and roll. For you sports fans, we were talking about the pick and roll. And I used an analogy. I was training a kid a few weeks ago, and I said, "How many options are for the pick and roll?" He said, "Just one, come off and shoot." I said, "No, that ain't it." I said, "Well, do you know the second option?" He said, "Well, if it's not shoot the first time, they got to be second time." I said, "No." I said, "Do you know it's the third or the fourth or the fifth option?" He said, "Coach, I'm done. I don't know none of the options." My point is, there are other options when we think sweets. See, most of the time when we think sweets, the first thing we go, candy, donut, ice cream. Well, we've got to change the way we think. So when
Yeah.
you think sweets, think strawberries,
Yeah.
blueberries,
Exactly.
cherries, grapes,
Yeah.
apples. So let the candy or the donut be option 4 or 5. Don't
Right.
let it be option 1.
One. Right.
Because if that remains to be option 1, then you get to a state in your life eventually where your health overrides your history.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain that. Your health will override your history because now everything that you've done takes over from what you did. Let me say that again. Everything that you've done takes over for what you did.
Good.
And then the whole house has to shut down because one person is unhealthy.
Right.
One person gets sick, the whole house has to shut down. You got to move out your house. You got to do all this because we chose to indulge in something. You know, we have the sayings and the monikers. I'm going to eat what I want to eat because I like what I like. Okay. All right. Well,
which I feel like is more of an immature way. And I'm not trying to comfort anybody, but I had to think about it this way to help me.
right.
Is like, okay, I think maturity is to say, I rather retrain my taste
Exactly.
to actually like and enjoy what I'm eating.
Absolutely.
Versus me just saying like I'm a child. Well, I want the candy even though I know it's gonna rot in my teeth.
Right.
So it's
exactly.
like we often go into, you know, like an immature state of saying, well, I like it, so I'm just gonna eat it, but then it has major effects to our health.
Right. And so from a cholesterol perspective, let me share where we get it a couple of places. So dairy is number 1. The second area, I'm going to challenge y'all to move away from pork. I'm going to challenge you to move away for 3 reasons. 3 reasons. Number 1, the pig is the number 1 carrier of arthritis in the animal kingdom. So stop thinking your arthritis is hereditary. Stop it. Stop thinking it's hereditary. Number 2, the pig has no immune system. Don't let that sink in with everybody out there. The pig has no, she said, Lord, my bacon.
Alex said, Lord, my bacon.
I'm going to give you a choice, Alexandria. I'm going to give you a better choice for bacon.
Paul. Come on, Paul.
So watch this. So because the pig has no immune system, and she's killing me. You could burn some pork, burn it till it's super crispy, super black, put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
And in 4 or 5 days, go look what's crawling around in the bag. Because the pig has no immune system, all the parasites and worms never die. So after 4 or 5 days of super black, crispy, burnt bacon, put it in a Ziploc bag, leave it on your counter, you will see the worms and the maggots come out in the bag.
Right.
So now, for a better choice of bacon, this is a turkey bacon. It's called Wellshire, Wellshire. It is the cleanest turkey bacon that you can find. And it tells you right on the front, no nitrates, no sulfates, no pork casing. It is absolutely the best. She says she about to pass out. And so you just want to stay away from pork, y'all. And don't get me wrong, I love pork, so I'm guilty. I used to eat pork chops, ham, hot links, all of that. But once again, the Bible tells us this. Old Testament says, Hunter, don't eat the swine.
Yeah.
New Testament says pray over everything.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Do people pray over a cigarette before they smoke it?
Right. That part.
Common sense is common sense.
Yeah. There you go.
So, and pork is super high in cholesterol, everybody. And then the other area, she said, hot links, Jesus.
She love her some hot. Lori love hot links, bro.
But listen, she said, but he made it clean though. Okay. And then the other area where we miss it from a cholesterol perspective is chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody about to crash. They about to hang. They about to leave us right now, honey. It's gonna be me and you on here by ourselves.
That's okay.
the thing about chicken, everyone has to understand, chicken is an animal. Animals have fat.
Yeah.
Animals have fat. So I still eat chicken. So if you're going to eat chicken, the cleanest version of chicken that you should eat is kosher chicken from the Jewish market. And the reason why is because, once again, from a biblical perspective, in Deuteronomy 12, it says, don't eat the blood. Ooh. Ooh. So all of you, when you buy your chickens from Mingers, Tom Thumb, Sack and Save, wherever, there's blood in the packaging.
Yeah.
And then when you cook it, more blood comes out.
Also, Paul, remember to tell them about what the animals are eating, what their lifestyle looks like.
Oh my God. So when you get into this stuff with what they're feeding, there's a reason why chickens grow so quick. There's a reason why cows grow so quick now, because they feed them corn and different things of that nature. Hunter and I were having a conversation about a gentleman who was a bodybuilder earlier, and offline before we got on live with you guys, and she said, now it's baked, I'm crying. So we were having a conversation about a gentleman who was a bodybuilder earlier, and he was worried about continuing to get the right amount of protein because he was thinking about, or was he already a vegetarian or thinking about eating more veggies? Well, the strongest animal in the animal kingdom is the gorilla, y'all. The gorilla don't eat no meat. So don't fall under the guise that you have to have chicken. Now, if you want to, let's just eat the cleanest version.
Yeah.
And the cleanest version would be kosher chicken. And then if you can't get kosher, get organic. Now, let me throw y'all a curveball, because I know y'all saying, well, what about my protein? I need my protein.
Come on, you know the people thinking that. Come on.
You get no protein from chicken.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm say that again. Let me get real good close up. You get no protein from chicken because nobody eats chicken raw.
Yeah. That's a good one.
You have to understand the proper sources of protein are going to be your combination of brown rice and any form of bean, perfect form of protein.
Quinoa too.
Your quinoa, your couscous, your things of, now I don't know how many of you are familiar with chia seeds.
Yes.
You get a lot of protein. Watch, this is going to throw you for a curveball. You get a lot of protein from sweet potatoes.
Yes, and Mama Ann told us all about that. She eats a sweet potato every single day, and her
every
skin.
Every day keeps you looking great.
Is she still in here?
Sweet potatoes also help to break down mucus in the body. Helps to tear down dairy. Butternut squash is another great source of protein. So don't feel that you have to have meat. Don't get sold that bag of goods because you get no protein from any form of meat. You get no protein from chicken, beef, none of that stuff. That's just a talking point that we have transitioned to. Yeah. If you go back to the early days, 1300s, 1400s, meat was the delicacy. Meat was the dessert. The dinner was fruits, berries. They would have breads and vegetables. If you read through the Bible, the meat was a sacrifice. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those of you that need to stay with me. So you got to understand that our structure of how they educated us to eat is not necessarily the best thing for us. Yeah. And until we allow food to be our medicine, we're going to continue to chase our tail because we're going to continue to have blood pressure. We're going to continue to be diabetic. We're going to continue to have heart attacks. We're going to continue to be overweight. We're going to continue to have thyroid issues and fibroids and hysterectomies and gallbladder surgeries for women and people that are in their 30s and all of this other stuff. Yeah. Because we just choose not to shift how we think so we can make better lifestyle choices.
Paul, was there anything that was like a monumental moment for you to switch? Because I feel like many people who may be watching right now, they are struggling to conceptualize. Like we can hear like, oh yeah, you can die by having these types of illnesses. But like what really hit home for you to say like, yo, this is serious and let me like transition my lifestyle?
the thing that shifted me was I looked at my mom, had a heart attack. The day she had it, we had just finished eating a salad and a turkey burger on wheat bread. And so it was a monumental shift because here was someone that never took medication, that never had any health problems, highly educated, knew how to eat right, but she's just having a heart attack in front of me.
Wow.
So then after, going through all that we went through, her being on 12 medications, gaining over 100 pounds, and I don't even tell all of the story because people wouldn't believe the story if I told it now because they see me now.
Right.
They see this version.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see 15 years ago what was going on. So I say that was a shift for me instantly. Now, with that said, there were still some things that I would eat just to be honest and transparent. I'm like, I know that ain't no good for me. I like that. But as we mature, we understand the value of good choices.
Yeah.
Every choice has a consequence, good or bad. Mm-hmm. Everything we do, y'all, we either sowing a seed for something good to happen or sowing a seed for something that ain't so great to happen. So when it came to my health, it was like put a fork in the ground, say, okay, this line I won't cross anymore.
Yeah.
And through the 15 years, I know it was just God, because in 15 years, I do no advertising. I do very little social media. I mean, I'm just getting into it now. And God continues to bless the business that I started. But I truly believe he blessed it because he knew I had to go through the pain to get to my purpose.
Yeah, that's really good.
It was like, let's see if you can survive this. And once you survive this, I got something waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just like I'll share with everyone out there from a nutritional thing. Don't fight the change. Embrace it. So instead of doing all the other things, the country crock shed spread, just go get you some butter. Instead of doing milk, get you rice milk, oat milk, not silk, rice, oat, coconut.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to continue to chew gum, instead of Orbit Extra Fine, do Glee. If you're going to continue to eat chicken, instead of the chicken that you buying out of Tom Thumb, Walmart, Saks, Costco, full of junk, go buy you some kosher chicken.
Yeah.
Or if you can't buy kosher chicken, and let me tell you where you can find it. You can find kosher chicken at Trader Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to go to, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can go to certain Tom Thumbs locally.
Okay.
Have kosher markets. Yeah, so on that note, not to deviate, because I want to get back to the nutrition. So, because people are there, they probably got more questions.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, the shift was seeing her have a heart attack right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, wait a minute, I thought we ate healthy. Like, wait a minute, time out.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. And from there, it's just been a gradual transition, even for myself. Every year, I tend to eat less and less meat, not that I planned it. It's just because I know too much information.
Yeah. Paul, could you also tell us too, like, what does a PaulHRitter day look like when it comes to the supplements you're taking in the morning, when it comes to your breakfast,
Okay.
when it comes to your lunch, your dinner?
Okay. So
just to help us.
And this is a lot of stuff that we're familiar with, but I'm gonna switch where it comes from. So most mornings I do a really healthy smoothie. Now, the challenge for some of you, I know you like to put yogurt in the smoothie or milk in the smoothie or any of that stuff. And the minute you do, it loses all nutritional value. I'm sorry. So I'll do I'll do some frozen cherries, a fresh apple, put a little cabbage, carrots, blueberries, strawberries, peaches. I'll add some honey, and then I'll put my green Magma in there. I'll put my magnesium in there
Yeah.
and blend it all up. Smoothie is done. Oh, the guy that says he's transitioning to plant-based also
That's
looks great.
Darrell.
There you go. We were just talking about you.
Yeah, man. There you go. Hey, G.
So that will be generally as soon as I get up in the morning. Now, some of you are saying, well, wow, that's a lot of fruit and everything. Yes, it is. And all that fruit's going to make you go to the bathroom, which we all need. And then after that, depending on how much time I have, I may do some yellow grits. Let me say that again. Yellow grits, not white. Grits come from corn. Corn is yellow, not white. So those of you that love grits, get yellow grits. May scramble me some eggs and have a piece of toast. Some mornings I may opt to have pancakes because I do love pancakes. So if you are a pancake lover, the brand that you want to buy is called Pamela's.
You want to go get that protein when we have to? I have a really good pancake mix. Yeah, for plant-based people too. I want to
plant-based.
Yeah,
and Pamela's is plant-based. Pamela's is made from brown rice flour.
Okay.
And it is the best pancake mix. It's amazing. So from there, then lunch, girl, it varies because if I'm at a client's house, I may eat something that I'm cooking. And then same thing in the evening, I may eat something that I'm cooking. Or when I get back in, I may just throw some salmon in the oven, wild Alaskan salmon. Just the fish note, stay away from all your farm-raised stuff, everybody.
Stay away from farm-raised, you saying?
Stay away from farm-raised. So that's your tilapia, your crab meat, your calamari, shrimp, all of that type of stuff because they're high in cholesterol.
Paul, how is this brand right here?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what we have.
Absolutely. Yes.
Y'all take a screenshot of this. We had this morning. It was fire. Go ahead.
That's an excellent brand of pancake mix. Excellent. And what about syrup, Alexandria? Just get you some good maple syrup.
That's what we got.
Good grade.
Is ours 100%?
Good grade of maple.
Okay. I'm going to grab one we have so I can show that too. Just in case.
A good grade of maple syrup. And so,
and the raw honey.
And add some raw honey. So when it comes to smoothies and stuff like that, I tend to do frozen fruit because it's just quick. And just a footnote for everyone that's tuning in. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm honey. You know me. You can do this all night, girl. We be up all night.
I know we may have a few lives. Like we just gonna keep.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna challenge you. You know, when you guys are getting tired in the daytime or whatever, now everybody home, but when you're moving around and get tired, put you some bags of fruit together. Put you some strawberries, cherries, blueberries in a bag, and immediately your energy will come back.
Paul, question to that with the frozen fruits. Do you suggest people buy organic fruits? Or is it cool to get the ones in the package? Or do you advocate for picking your own strawberries and then freezing them? What do you suggest?
Okay, so I'll give it both ways. From a time perspective, I do the organic, perfect pancake syrup. Perfect. I do the frozen fruit for smoothies. But like when I'm out throughout the day, I will only do organic fruit fresh to eat. And the reason why is because you've got to eat the skin. Because the skin is the fiber. Fiber is the main ingredient, everybody, that we need to heal. Yeah. When I say that, I'm talking about if you got cancer, diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, Crohn's, lupus, any autoimmune issue, it's not eating more protein, it's not eating more this or that. You've got to increase your fiber because your fiber is the thing that builds your autoimmune system to fight. And so, no, you got to eat your organic fruits, your grapes, your strawberries, your blueberries. apples, peaches, pears, plums. If you're trying to lose weight, you've really got to minimize pineapples and bananas.
Okay.
Because
Miss Hunter love her some bananas, y'all.
Pineapples and bananas are high in sugar.
Yeah.
And with them being high in sugar, and here's another misnomer. Everyone thinks you get a lot of potassium from bananas. Pause.
Come on, Paul.
You get 3 times more sugar than you get potassium. I can go get my potassium from a sweet potato. I can go get my potassium from some collard greens. Yeah, I can go get my potassium from a whole bunch of vegetables without the sugar content.
That's good. That's a good note. That's a good thing to say. So that's sweet potatoes has it, right?
Sweet potatoes are high in potassium. Sweet potatoes are great for protein. So we've just
Alex, you are not failing, honey. You are not failing. That's why you in here. You are not failing.
She said, I'm over here trying to fail it.
You in the right place. Look, I'm learning too, right with y'all.
Right. And so I saw Joni had a question about corona and mucus. So let me give everyone out there this little remedy that I used to do for clients whenever they had sore throat or coughing or just anything like that. Get you 3 lemons, preferably organic, squeeze them in a glass. Get you some honey, raw honey. Look at that. She's like, come on now. And then get you 2 to 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper.
Okay, the pepper. We don't add the pepper.
Cayenne pepper. Add a little water and heat it warm. And just do teaspoons to the mouth or gradually sip. If you got any mucus issue, if you got a cough issue, it's going to clear that thing right up because the lemon is going to attack the mucus and your autoimmune system to bring it up. The honey allows it to start breaking down. The cayenne pepper creates the elimination.
And you said how many teaspoons of the cayenne pepper?
2 to 3 tablespoons. Not teaspoons. Tablespoons. Tablespoons. It's going to be hot. Cayenne pepper.
Okay.
And now that will help. Now, wild oil of oregano. So now you know what? Okay. Something's pulling on me. I got to go one other place tonight since everybody back live.
Good.
I got to go one other place, and then raw honey. So here's an issue that I tend to talk a lot about with people that I come across because it happens. I engage in this conversation all the time. And it's about diabetes. And I really want y'all to understand diabetes is not a sugar issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Diabetes is a nutritional issue, people.
Say that again, Paul.
Diabetes is not a sugar issue. Diabetes is a nutritional issue.
Yeah.
Because we don't understand the correlation of how foods break down into our body. My buddy Donnie Beecham back. We don't understand that. Diabetes is, and it's killing me because I'm seeing so many people go to insulin and having to have dialysis and all of this other stuff. When if I could just get you to tweak a few little things. So one of the things I'm going to share to help get your pancreas, your liver, and your kidney functioning at an optimum level is pure cranberry juice.
Yeah.
Not the ocean spray, y'all, because that ain't it.
High fructose.
Right. It's just pure cranberry juice. And then understand a lot of things that we eat.
Hey, Jazzy.
The body can't process it, i.e. the corn syrups, and all of these other things that cause your pancreas to just overreact. So I just wanted to drop that nugget because half of America is diabetic, Hunter.
I know.
1 out of 3 kids under the age of 5 is diabetic. And the other thing that they're attaching to our kids that it's not a mental thing, it's a nutritional thing, is this ADD.
Yeah, speak on that. That's good.
And ADD is a food issue, not a mental issue.
Say that again, too. Say that again.
ADD is a food issue, not a mental issue, because when the human body digests 30 teaspoons of sugar, your immune system shuts down.
Yeah.
Not only does your immune system shut down, your attention deviates. So now, stay with me. How do we find out what 30 teaspoons of sugar is? Well, just look on the back of any package you have, divide that gram sugar number by 4. So if it's 30 grams of sugar in whatever package you have, divide that by 4. 4 into 30 is 7. So that means there are 7 teaspoons of sugar per serving.
That's the formula.
The serving, everybody, a serving is the size of my hand. So imagine putting 7 teaspoons of sugar in the palm of my hand.
You wouldn't eat that.
You wouldn't eat that.
You wouldn't eat that.
But guess what? When we have a bowl of cereal, we eat a bowl that's 3 times the size of my hand.
What cereal? Check her. Wait, is that? Hold on. Look. I'm sorry. She brought the whole cabinet. I got stuff over here. Like, okay.
Mama got it ready.
We got it ready. But I'm like, wait, what kind of cereal? Okay.
So,
ahead,
no, you're good. This is great. So let's say you have that big bowl of cereal that everybody likes to do.
Yeah.
You're looking at 21 to 28 teaspoons of sugar.
Oh, wait. And what brand are we talking about? Like the Captain
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah. Name
your
some of the ones that
flakes,
are loaded.
Your Fruit Loops, your Cocoa Crisp, your Golden, your Captain Crunch, your
Paul,
all of this stuff.
Alex said, "How silly are we thinking that it's too expensive to eat healthy?
That's
fat,
right.
And it's more expensive to be sick."
It is. It is. Food is cheaper than medicine.
It's so true. Come on.
And so, watch this. So we eat all of that sugar. And once again, the principle is when your body consumes 30 teaspoons of sugar, your immune system shuts down. So now you just fed your child that big bowl of cereal. And then you added some milk. So, milk got sugar too.
Dairy too. Yeah.
So now you did that. And then when they get to school, about 10 o'clock, they're going to get a little snack. So now little Johnny can't sit still in class because he's got so much sugar running through his body that the teacher says, sit down, and he jumps back up, and he says, sit down, and jumps back up. And then they calling you saying your child got ADD because they can't focus. Can't focus.
Come on.
It's not a focus issue. It's a sugar issue. Now, how does this affect us as adults? You in that business meeting, in the corporate job, whatever, and the boss is talking, and you looking around, you can't even pay attention. You
Okay, the Ezekiel cereal we threw the box away already.
And so we missed the boat with sugar, and then tying the bow on this is that this is how it affects our autoimmune system.
Yeah, there you go.
You're in a meeting with a group of friends or whatever, and someone sneezes, and then an hour later you like, man, she gave me her cold. Man, look at me. Yeah, you didn't get the full cold, but you got a portion because your autoimmune system was already compromised. And the problem with this is we do the same thing day after day after day. And then we find ourselves in a cycle. And then before we know it, we have these health challenges that just are really hard to move away from because they become habits.
Yeah. Give the people too, Paul, some ideas for because since we talking about cereal, actually Chris is in here. He put us onto the Heritage Flakes. I like this cereal because of what's in it. Have you heard this?
Yes.
How you feel about this?
Ezekiel too.
I love Heritage Flakes.
Okay.
I love Heritage. One of the things that I do when it comes to cereals and just overall product recognition and teaching is, like Hunter mentioned way back when we started live earlier, is I like to take people shopping. Because I like to show you the brands to buy. And then also show you from a price point that you're not spending any more money than you are when you shop in your Walmarts, your Targets. And when I say take you shopping, I like to take you to the Whole Food store. So just me, for those of you that are listening. And you'll find the cereals that are in there are the same price as what you're buying everywhere else. But the ingredient content is totally different.
What should they stay away from, Paul? I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but
go ahead.
What are the key things? Obviously, like the high sugar, we should stay away from. But are there anything that, like, how are we fact checking our labels? What is there to look for?
It's really simple. If you don't understand it, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Exactly.
And so when it comes to things like that cereal that you have, you can understand every word on the box of that Heritage Flakes. You know every word, you know every ingredient. It's real simple because it ain't about like 7 in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And so one of the things I like to do is, like I said, take people shopping, educate them on what to buy, why to buy, and it makes your life simple. It makes it a lifestyle. Because, you know, as African Americans, we tend to we're habitual creatures. And if we don't become more habitual in changing where we shop, we're gonna miss it, y'all. We're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it. You know, I joke around a lot of times when I'm speaking publicly, I'll say people are not so quick, Hunter, to want to pay $2 for an alkaline water, right?
Yeah.
But you'll go buy an iPhone for $700.
Yes. Come for the people. This is helpful. Put it in perspective.
You know, I got lady clients now that when I first went in, like, Paul, you want me to spend $2 or something on water? I said, yeah, you got a $1,700 Louis Vuitton bag right there.
Yeah. Oh, this is $1, y'all, for those who got Dollar Tree.
Or on the flip side, for guys like, man, I ain't buying all that water, man. That may make a difference. I said, man, you got 7 40-inch screen TVs in your house. You better go buy some clean water.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just got to shift how we think when it comes to making
better choices.
Making better choices. And when we do, y'all, it's an incredible change. Your energy goes up. He says iPhones can't heal you out of that hospital bed.
That's crazy. It's so true. Okay,
wait,
Paul,
you said drop that cash app? Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
That's what I was laughing at when you were talking. But Paul, I have a question.
Go right ahead.
And so when it comes to water, since we're talking about buying better water, recently I actually bought the little test.
Okay.
To test all of our waters because we want to make sure that we're not consuming acidic water. Absolutely. And for those who are tuned in right now, I will do a video and I'm cool with buying, like spending $15, $20 on all the waters that are out there, just so you guys know like what's the best one. So like obviously I tested this already. It is true, 9.5, it's alkaline. The tap water in Moreno Valley is alkaline. So it's blue instead of acidic. My question for you is, what are the damages? Like many of us who don't know, like say we're buying Crystal Geyser, which is like trash. Trash. So like say if we're buying Crystal Geyser, how does that impact our bodies when we think we're drinking, we think we're hydrating ourselves, but we're drinking acidic water?
Okay, so when it comes to water, understand this. Oh man, honey, honey, we're gonna have to get like a talk show, girl, where we can do this like weekly.
So, or like a week. I was thinking the same thing.
Right, we gotta do this weekly.
Let's do it. Okay.
Understand that 9 out of 10 headaches are dehydration. So smart water is a dirty water. Sorry, y'all.
That's true.
So 9 out of 10 headaches is dehydration. Now, how the human body is created. Let me explain this and why alkaline water is so critical.
Yeah.
when people are hydrated or when people are thirsty, they drink water. Well, when it's a dirty water, it has to go down to your kidney and be filtered up. But because your body has to work so hard to filter the water up to the brain, because the way the human body is created, dirty water is not allowed into the brain. Dirty fluid, period, is not allowed into the brain. And so because you drink a water that's so dirty, it takes your kidney and your liver so hard to purify it, very little comes back up. Now, when you drink alkaline water, and this is how amazing, guys, the human body is. When you drink alkaline water, it goes down, and the way the human body is created, it recognizes that that is alkaline water, and it all shoots right back up.
Wow.
That's why if you ever have a headache and you get a bottle of alkaline water, a 1 liter bottle, and drink it all down immediately, very fast, I can almost promise you within 12 to 15 minutes, your headache will go away.
Wow.
So
don't pop a pill. You just
don't
drink
don't need a Tylenol. Don't need some BC powder.
Yeah.
So a lot of the clean waters are Essentia, Essence, the one Hunter is holding up, Evermore, Aqua Hydrate. Paula Snyder joined. Hey, Paula. Now I gotta pause.
That's fine. Hey,
this
Paula.
is one of my clients that I cook for, but let me tell you, we are honored because Paula Snyder is the CEO of Susan G. Komen, the largest breast cancer organization in the world.
Yes.
So y'all give some hand claps for my friend Paula. Hey, Paula. Hey, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
She is absolutely amazing. Happy belated birthday to you, Paula.
Yes.
Thank you for joining. So now there is a website, I'm gonna give this to everybody, where you can go order a water pitcher that actually makes your water alkaline. Okay. And the website is Seychelle.com. SeyChelle.com. I'll say that again.
Yeah.
SeyChelle.com. So, number one, let's go back. So now we're drinking alkaline water. What is this going to do? Alkaline water immediately, guys, helps to restore your short-term recall.
Mm.
So you know how
Thank you, Alex.
You're on a phone call and then someone else calls another line, you click over, you talk, you excuse them, and then you come back to the call and you can't remember what you were just talking about? That's a blockage somewhere.
Okay.
Once you start drinking alkaline water consistently, you will stop having those breakdowns because the brain never forgets anything. If a hypnotist came to you and I, Hunter, right now and put us under, we start telling them what we did at 1 and 2 years old. Because the mind never forgets. It misplaces thoughts. The reason why it misplaces thoughts is because it's dehydrated.
Yeah.
So when we start drinking alkaline water on a consistent basis, you'll find how your short-term recall, i.e. where you put your keys, where you put your phone, you go in to talk to a coworker, time you walk to their desk, you forget what you was going to ask them, then you say, girl, I'll email you in a minute.
Right.
That will dissipate very quickly. Now, how much water should you drink?
Thank you. That's my next question.
It's your body weight divided by 2.
Okay.
And that will give you ounces. You can convert ounces to liters. So, for instance, I weigh 185. That comes out to almost 2 liters of water that I should drink every day. Now, do I do this every single day? I'm very transparent. No. But I try to get it 5 out of 7. Perfection isn't the goal. We want to strive for excellence, not perfection.
That's good.
And then the other couple of things that when you start drinking alkaline water, you're going to find is the Brita filter is no good. Absolutely. Because the Brita filter takes out the chlorine and the fluoride, but it doesn't make your water alkaline.
That's a good note.
The other thing with alkaline water, though, when you start drinking it consistently, you will find that Someone said, wow, I have a bad short-term memory lately. I drink lots of coffee. Yeah, caffeine will do that to you.
They check you out.
When you drink clean water consistently enough, you'll find, especially alkaline water, you'll find that you start eliminating more, urinating more, and that's okay because you're eliminating a lot more toxicity.
Yeah.
You know, if I could just be real frank, your urine should be crystal clear every day with no scent. So
y'all better take no.
If y'all got a scent to your urine or your bowel movements, your body needs to be cleaned out. And it's just like when we were all in college, if you went out a night of partying, then the next day you could smell a person who drank too much. That was a tattletale sign. Well, the way through our eliminations is a tattletale sign.
Yeah.
Your urine, your eliminations. You know, if when you eliminate, you running out the bathroom because you can't stand the smell, then we got to clean you up. Got to clean you up.
So what about tap water, Paul? Like, cause okay, I'm thinking about the person. Like, okay, I see the alkaline water. Like, our tap is blue.
Now, Miss Nancy says unless you eat asparagus, right? Asparagus and broccoli, them things, they gonna give you a different smell too. And then the last thing when it comes to water, though, guys, this is critical. See, a lot of things. Let's be preventive. When you start drinking alkaline water on a consistent basis, it diminishes your chance of Alzheimer's and dementia by like 75 to 80%.
Yes, good, great.
See. We're all going to age. We're all going to get old. Like Miss Nancy is sharp as a pickle, y'all. Let me tell you, one that said, unless you eat asparagus, she's 75 years young and her brain is sharp as a whip. Because I know how Miss Nancy eats, and she's been doing this for a long time. So just simple change. Clean water makes a huge difference. And, you know, get your kids drinking clean water. So let me go somewhere else with the water conversation. Can I keep going, Hunter? Can I keep going?
Of course you can. Hey, listen, if we get cut off, we're just gonna.
We just gonna keep coming back right till y'all get that right. So
exactly.
Here's the thing with water, and this is how they get you. They say, our water needs to have minerals in it. So here's the little thing. All of you can do this, or this has happened to you. In the summertime, when you've left some water in your car, they got hot. The bottle got really hot. You saw things floating in it. You know, your Ozarka, your Designis, Aquafina, all those water. When they get really hot, you see things floating in the water bottle.
Yeah.
What is that? Now, they'll say, oh, those are your minerals. Yes. Because those waters, Aquafina, Deja Blue, they're in the Coke brand, but they come from the Detroit River. The Detroit River is 80% calcium carbonate. That's the main ingredient in glue and cement. Wow. That's why you see the little particles floating in your water. Now, you take the alkaline water that Hunter has or any of the ones that we mentioned, regardless how hot the bottle gets, you won't see anything floating in it.
Wow.
And so now I want to pivot because chlorine and fluoride is a conversation that comes across in our waters a lot that we think we need. So let me pull the curtain back a little bit more on chlorine and fluoride. You know, fluoride was put into our water system many years ago, and we're under the impression that fluoride is good for our teeth. But if you dig a little further, fluoride is a stripping agent.
Yeah.
And in World War II, they used it as such, meaning they would take pure fluoride, run up to the enemy and throw it on their bare skin. If pure fluoride, night, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
We were honored and blessed to have you.
Thank you for stopping in.
And so, if in war times when they dropped or through fluoride on your skin, it will burn your skin off.
Mm-hmm.
So now, watch this. Where do we find fluoride at, Hunter? In our toothpaste.
Yes, exactly.
And fluoride isn't so much a cleaning agent as it is a stripping agent.
Right.
Fluoride strips your teeth
Yeah.
of the mineral that we've been talking, one of the minerals we've been talking the most about tonight, and that's magnesium.
Magnesium.
Because a majority of the magnesium in your body, everybody, is stored in your teeth. And that's why when you go to the doctor or the dentist and you start to have dental issues, they say, well, wait a minute, we don't know if we want to work on you because you may have a heart issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because the health of your heart is in direct correlation to the health of your mouth.
Mm.
So if you're, now you're probably saying, okay, Paul, well, what should I use for toothpaste? I'm going to tell you in a second.
There you go.
So you don't want to be using toothpastes with fluoride. And we know we shouldn't be putting chlorine in our mouth because watch this. For all my sisters out there that like to swim, sometimes you go swimming. As soon as because there's chlorine in the swimming pool, right, Hunter? What's the first thing you do when you get out the swimming pool? You shampoo your hair.
Yeah.
So if you know it ain't good for your hair, how can it be good for your mouth?
Right. Truth.
So when it comes to toothpaste, there are multiple things you can do. The cleanest, best version, y'all, real simple, is baking soda and salt. Baking soda and salt. Now, if you choose to get a brand of toothpaste, just make sure it's one that doesn't have fluoride in it. Right. There's some great brands out there. And this is another super cheap, inexpensive tip for all of you that want your teeth to get nice and bright and white. Let me save you an insurance copay and a visit to the doctor.
Come on, we tuned in.
Just get you some hydrogen peroxide, because every whitener that the dentists use, the base product is hydrogen peroxide. Okay. So just get you some hydrogen peroxide. It's 82 cents at Walmart. Gargle with it. Brush your teeth with it for a minute or two. 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Where you can do it every day if you want to. And 4 or 5 days later, your teeth will be shiny, shiny white. Yeah. Just saves you some money. These are just little nuggets, y'all, that I think are helpful.
Very helpful.
So once again, though, minimize the chlorine, minimize the fluoride. If you're looking for good dental practice, whatever city you live in, Google biological dentistry. Biological dentistry. Mm-hmm. And what biological dentistry is, they work in your mouth in conjunction to how it affects your whole body.
Wow, okay.
And your insurance will pay for it. And it will you'll be amazed how many biological dentists are around once you Google it. But look for biological dentistry, and it will trip you out. Queen,
that's helpful. That's really
Queen
helpful.
G Stu, you are so welcome. You are so welcome.
Paul, I used to have, Chris knows this too, but after I brush my teeth, my ear itches. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but it's become a problem for me. And every time I brush, I have like this itch. Could that be I don't know if it's mentholatum, whatever is like that mintiness. Mm-hmm. Could that be triggering the itch?
That could be. It could be.
I even switched to, what's that brand I was using?
What do you use?
Chris, you remember the one we just bought recently? Not Tom. We used Tom's before, but I didn't care.
They used to have one called, and I don't know, you might have to go online to find it. This was the best one I could find in toothpaste. It was called Kiss My Face.
Kiss My Face?
That was they don't sell it in Whole Foods anymore, but it's called Kiss My Face. You probably have to go online. It is the absolute best toothpaste that I have ever tried. Okay.
That's good. Yeah. So no whiteners and stuff like that when they try to sell you the fact that you have whiter teeth. Dr.
We have gotten so cosmopolitan that once again, the goal, we want to be perfect now.
Right.
And you're always going to fall short. So then you're always trying to do something different.
Right.
Just be comfortable with who you are. Strive for excellence and not perfection. And you're going to be all right. I promise you, you're going to be all right.
That's good. And you don't have to subscribe to what all these brands are selling.
No.
In chasing those rainbows.
You know, I heard a saying a long time ago, believe 50% of what you hear and nothing of what you see. Because what you see on TV are program ads to get you to buy certain brands and do things and do things and do things.
Yeah.
And I'll give everybody this example. How many of you saw a Whole Food commercial 4 or 5 years ago? You very rarely saw one. You just started seeing them really when Amazon bought them, because Amazon was willing to pay the cost to get on TV because they had the financial stability to do it.
Yeah.
But you never saw commercials of Whole Foods anywhere. Why? Because if mainstream TV would start putting more commercials up of Whole Foods and things of that nature, it would substantially cut into our healthcare market. And now that's when people start coming up missing.
Exactly. That's why you fish your audits about the oregano oil, because we want to keep you alive.
Right. That's when people start coming up missing. When you start
DM him on the
type
low.
of money, the people start coming up missing real quick.
Here's the code.
Right. Just go buy it and read up on it on your own.
Yeah. And you know, I think we touched on it a lot, but like everyone is so, freaked out and anxious with COVID-19.
Right.
And the things that they're gonna that they should take in order to keep their immune system boosted were the things that you shared, as far as like the oregano oil and the magnesium oxide and the green magma from Dr. Hagawar. Are those like the go-to things that you would suggest?
I tell people, if you can just make those your foundational things that you do every day. And once again, the oil of oregano helps antiviral, antibacterial on every level, from bug bites to yeast infections. The oil of oregano stops the skin-eating disease staph. If any of you get, I know nobody going to get their toes and nails done now, but I know, ladies, y'all going to be running to those places soon as
we're rolling it up.
We're rolling it up. Right. So if you happen to get an infection on that level, just rub it on there every day. It will go away. Go away. But it also helps with more serious things, diseases that they say aren't curable, from your sexually transmitted diseases like herpes
too. Yeah.
Syphilis, gonorrhea. Oil of oregano clears all that up.
Wow.
Because all of those are viruses.
What are your thoughts with black seed oil in comparison to oil of oregano?
Black seed oil is great.
Yeah.
But it's not oil of oregano.
You heard it first.
Oil of oregano is a standalone. Honestly, y'all. It is really that powerful. It's been around since biblical times. Don't take my word for it. Just read up on it. Your auntie Sonia could tell I'm going to tell a story, Sonia. I saw Sonia was on it. So,
hey, auntie.
Sonia asked me many, many months ago. She says, okay, I have someone, Paul, they're having terrible issues with yeast infections and all this type of stuff. I said, tell this person to go get oil of oregano. So she told the person to go get it. When the person got to the store and asked for it, the gentleman said to her, who told you about this and how did he know about it?
Wow.
Before he sold it to her. She bought it, yeast infections going just like that. So it is just amazing. The green magma, what this does again, and as we're winding down, I guess, I don't know. Y'all keep asking, y'all keep talking.
We in here. We want it all, Paul. We want to be better.
Every time you take it, it increases your red blood cell count. For all of my clients that I've had substantial success in helping them to eliminate cancer, this is it.
That right there, the truth.
This is it.
You know what, Paul? That I ran out, but I'll tell you this. I didn't add it to smoothies, but I would add, what is it, a teaspoon? 2 teaspoons. I would add that to an 8-ounce glass.
Right, of water, and just drink it. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
and just stir it up.
Drink it.
I added this.
Yeah.
And it's a Kingdom brand, so I'm all for the Kingdom brand. It had like, Psalms 119. Anyway,
Yes.
I would add
Absolutely.
that, and I would just mix it in, and it like to make it a little sweet. It gave me so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started running, I'm like, increasing my speed. So I really love the green Magma. We gotta re-up on that.
He said, we quarantine, Paul. Yes, you take this daily. This should be something
Amazon.
You give everyone in the household should take every single day. And then lastly, just kind of bring it all back together to magnesium, because once you get enough magnesium in your body, y'all, you can never have a heart attack or stroke. Because your heart is a muscle.
That's powerful.
So he said exactly why we in the house. Keep going. They
ain't got
nowhere to go, right? The magnesium is a muscle relaxer. Your heart is a muscle. So for any of you out there that have muscle cramps at night or spasms, the magnesium will eliminate that. But the biggest thing, magnesium is necessary to eliminate heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're on blood pressure medication, if there's anybody who's taking blood pressure medication, just give me a symbol sign. Many times they'll tell you don't eat a lot of dark greens. The reason why they want you to eat dark greens, because if you eat enough dark greens, you're going to be able to move away from blood pressure medication.
That's true.
That's it. That's what they're afraid of.
Because see, they say that this is what they say medically. Oh, the greens, they counteract the medicine. They don't agree. Yeah, they don't agree.
Right.
You're absolutely right. They don't agree, because the greens are natural.
Right.
And so for those of you that may be on blood pressure medication, eat more. Yes, the Now brand of magnesium.
Right here, Chris.
And for those of you that are on blood pressure medication, here's another simple, sincere tip that you can do every day. Every day. Super Nerd joined. Hey, Super Nerd. Don't know who you are, but I like the hashtag.
Did you get it?
4 stalks of celery is equivalent to a blood pressure pill. I'm going to say that again. Okay. 4 stalks of celery is equivalent to a blood pressure pill. But you don't need to drink it. I mean, you don't need to chew it. You need to blend it.
Okay.
Not juice it, blend it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to keep the fiber.
What are your thoughts with I see Gwen said, I think I have the pill for magnesium.
Okay, so all right, so let's talk about pills and process and how all of that works when it comes to supplementation. Since y'all ain't got nowhere to go.
Then again, when we cut off, we jumping back on.
We jump right. Since y'all ain't got nowhere to go. So when it comes to buying supplements and vitamins, every supplement, celery, only veggie I don't like. I know, Miss Purdy. When it comes to vitamin supplementation, you should only take powders and liquids.
Okay.
So
no pills. No capsules.
No pills.
No capsules.
Now, if you're gonna do a pill, this is what your pill has to say as far as how it's made. Number 1, it has to say cold pressed or cold fusion.
Okay.
And that means it's never been heated. Because to make a pill, they got to shape a pill, right, Hunter?
Right. And use
gelatin and stuff like that. They shape it with heat.
With heat.
Well, when you shape it with heat, you just kill all nutritional value.
True that.
I'm so glad. Listen, I love Miss Ann, but I'm so happy she had, her experience just led you to be this.
So, number 1, on your pill, on your supplement, this pill, on the lower left-hand corner, it'll say like right over in this area it'll say right over in that bottom, this area where I'm showing.
Yeah.
If it's a pill, it will say cold pressed or cold fusion. So you know it's never been heated.
Okay.
Then after that, it should say on the front, vegetarian or vegan fed.
Mm-hmm. That's
right. And then we gonna turn it around to the back where the ingredients are, and every ingredient should be a fruit, a vegetable, or an herb. Period.
Okay, that's good.
So all those one-a-day pill vitamins and Flintstone vitamins and gummy vitamins and all of that other stuff that we think we take that gives us nutritional supplementation.
Yeah.
No. For all your vitamins and gummies and pills that have the gel shape is pork casing.
Yeah. So plant-based
Yeah.
people too, be mindful of that.
One-a-day pills, no faith. Get rid of the one-a-day pills, honey.
Mm.
So now there are some companies that make great vitamins, y'all. I'm not saying they're not out there, but if you're taking this stuff, for everybody that's watching, if you're taking this stuff right here, you don't need no other vitamins. Sorry. This
That's
is
good.
This is a one-stop shop that's going to
The
take you
truth.
everything you need.
And it boosts your energy.
And it boosts your energy.
Definitely.
Now,
You don't even need to drink coffee.
If you feel you need more supplementation, I can point you in a direction if you feel you need B12 or D3 or something like that. But this is going to eliminate anemia, help with energy, help with digestion. This is a one-stop shop.
Paul, you saying, does that help with the B12 replacement? Because we do take B12 for like.
This got B12 in it.
Amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so watch this. If you really need more supplementation, take more of this.
Right. Double up.
So when I have clients that have cancer or lupus, they have to agree to take this 3 to 5 times a day.
Oh, okay. To start.
Just to start.
Before you can even start.
Because every time you take it, it's going to build your autoimmune system. It's going to build your red blood cell count. This helps with your hair, your nails, your complexion. But more importantly, this has chlorophyll. Chlorophyll brings anything dead back to life internally. And so it makes a huge, huge difference. Watch this, y'all. Every 7 years, the human body internally regenerates. Yeah. So at 0, everything's brand new. At 7, it becomes brand new again. At 14, it becomes brand new again. At 21, your cells regenerate. At 28, your cells regenerate. At 35, 42, just keep going down the line. The problem is because we don't allow our bodies don't regenerate as they really should because we don't allow it, because we don't put the right things in to it to pull from.
Yeah.
But just go back and study the human body. Every 7 years, your genes, your cellular structure becomes brand new. Becomes brand new. But because it's already so much trash in there, it can't. I'm sorry with the language. It's so much trash in there.
You said it's trash.
It has a hard time. It has a hard time. We tearing up the furniture and Hunter house and everything.
I'm pulling on my hair. I can't take it. What about chlorophyll, Paul? What's up with chlorophyll?
Chlorophyll is excellent. And
okay.
Like I said, this has chlorophyll in it.
Okay. We good on chlorophyll, family. We good.
All the things that y'all asking about is right here. It's right here, y'all. Here, one-stop shop. And if you look on the front, it tells you this is the world's first green drink. So all of the green drinks that have come down the pike, all of them have taken some of this formula and then they've tweaked it and turned it so it could be their own. What y'all over there laughing about, Hunter? Y'all.
So S. Hunter just couldn't help her. She said she was going, leave us. So she couldn't help herself because she parked in here listening to the convo because it's good information. She made a note that said, now don't y'all go buying everything up and hoarding it. So none is left.
Right. Okay.
You're going to have people bouncing from the toilet paper now to buying all the green Magma.
Right.
Everybody else.
Right, girl. We going to be going from the kitchen to the bathroom all day.
So save us some. Don't hoard, okay?
Right. So Faith has a question. Please tell us how we can work with you. Do you have online classes and learn? Yes, coaching service. Okay. So and thank you, Faith, because Faith is Faith, my homegirl. But
I can write it for you.
so generally when I'm doing things like this, guys, if you've heard me before, you know I don't promote what I do. I like to share the information.
Yeah.
Because I believe the information is critical for us being better. But if you're interested in anything that I do from a working with you, whether you're in state, in the city of Texas or Dallas, in the city of Dallas or in the state of Texas or around the country, I do things through all the different apps that we have. So if you're interested in any service that I have, whether it's teaching you how to shop, teaching you how to cook, prenatals, I'm going to talk about that in a second. You can reach me multiple ways. I think we're going to shut down. I see it's getting ready to go 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes.
Yep. And I also
Okay,
added I just added his IG, y'all, so you can follow.
Oh, yeah. So
Ritter.
hit me on IG.
We coming back, though.
Oh, yeah. We're coming back. Or you can hit me on Facebook. Everyone on this time of night is an adult, so we can have some adult talk.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, when your thyroid is overactive, that's generally due to cholesterol. When your cholesterol is elevated, that makes your sex drive really high.
Mm-hmm.
When a man's cholesterol is elevated, that makes his sex drive really low.
Low.
And that's why we have the huge Viagra thing, Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, because you'd be amazed how many young brothers, Hunter, I'm talking about like 40 and under, are taking this stuff.
Mm.
And the root cause why they do not get stimulation, well, they get stimulation while they don't get the circulation, is because cholesterol, i.e. cholesterol is fat.
Yeah.
And as we talked about the same thing, hey, Morgan, as we talked about with ladies earlier with your cycle, the reason why you cramp so bad is because blood can't pass through fat. Well, it does the same thing with a woman, with a man. The reason why he sees a pretty woman, but he doesn't get the erection is because the blood can't pass through the fat.
Right.
So then he has to take a pill that creates a small hole so the blood can pass through to get the erection on the other side. But now here's the problem. We've all heard the stories of the man walking around the erection for 6 hours.
Goodness. Oh, God.
Because the hole closes back up.
Yeah.
Because the Viagra is just a stimulant to create a small hole for the blood to pass through. And so now they're doing this on a continual basis. He said, Lord, instead of identifying the root cause, which is the reason why men have erectile dysfunction, is their cholesterol is too high. So if it's a married couple and the wife's cholesterol is high, she can't wait for you to get home. And the man's cholesterol is high, and when he gets home, he's just going to sit on the couch and watch Sports Center. Then there's a disagreement in the home because she's looking at you strange. Because she's saying, when we first got married, you were trying to, I couldn't get you off of me. And now I can't get you on me.
Listen.
And the root of that, though, on a serious note, y'all, that's a cholesterol issue.
Yeah.
And so for brothers that are still on, you've got to get your cholesterol in check because you don't want that to, I've literally had clients say,
yes.
I've literally had clients say, I thought my husband was cheating on me. I started going through his phone. Literally.
How do they get that in check? What do they eat?
Well, once again, it just goes back to moving away from the dairy, eating more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, doing more fish. I don't tell anybody to become a vegetarian or a vegan. That's a personal choice. But I do educate on why you need to strongly start moving in that direction. Y'all, they're just simple things every day that we can do. instead of white potatoes,
Oh
sweet
yeah,
potatoes.
a lot of athletes are going plant-based, and I think what people are afraid of is that it's the protein conversation we had before.
Right,
It's, well, where
right,
do I get
right.
my protein? Where
Where
you
I get
look
my
at,
protein.
yeah, you look at there's a documentary called The Game Changers. Have you heard of that, Paul?
I haven't watched it yet, but I have heard of it.
About like those, athletes, even like Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, hey, I was on all of these ads talking about burgers and meat, and it was killing me.
Right,
Like,
right.
and now he's been plant-based.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
not lacking. You're not lacking anything.
Stronger and more energy.
More stronger, more energy.
More energy. And so, just simple changes, everybody. Instead of your white potatoes, do sweet potatoes. Instead of white rice, real brown rice, not the Uncle Ben's. Somebody said, recap the bacon issue for me. I need to get this embedded.
Alex was having a problem with the bacon too.
So here's the issue. Bacon is pork. So I'm just going to encourage you to do turkey bacon because pork just isn't good in any form or fashion.
Yeah.
Especially some older people, they'll say, ooh, I ate that pork and I swole up immediately. Yeah, because it's high in cholesterol.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, if you go get Wellshire, WELLSHIRER, it's the most amazing tasting turkey bacon, y'all. So for those of you that don't know, I do meal preps and all that, but I focus on two things, and Hunter and her family can attest to it. Mm-hmm. Number one, I want it to taste good. I'm not trying to trick you into eating grass and telling you it's so yummy.
Yes, talk about that. You have to enjoy the food.
And secondly, to show you how it can be a lifestyle. Name of brown rice. Hey, Joni. You can just go get the brown rice out of the bin. If you're shopping at Whole Foods, like I know you are, Joni, you can get the brown rice out of the bin. And just getting your food to taste good, because in creating a lifestyle change, if you get it to taste good and you see the cost isn't overriding or maybe even cheaper than what you're already doing, why would you ever go back to anything else?
Right. Exactly. Or for the
Why
need
would
to
you
deviate
change?
away from it.
Why would you change? So, but now there's a great, Joni, for you, Joni, there's a great beans and there's a great brown rice quinoa mix by Seeds of Change. Seeds of Change. Seeds of Change has an incredible brown rice quinoa mix. For those of you that shop at Whole Foods or Sam's or different places, incredible mix. Absolutely delicious. It cooks in 8 to 10 minutes for those of you that aren't big cookers.
Speaking of quinoa, I was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Paul, when I was asking you about like when I was dealing with my skin and all that stuff, I was speaking about like you asked me what I ate, and I think that's powerful too, because you didn't just subscribe, give me anything. But I told you I was eating quinoa.
Mm-hmm.
And I love quinoa. Like, this is the one we typically eat because I think it tastes better. And then you suggested that we eat the red. Y'all can see we've been eating it.
The red quinoa.
The red
quinoa. And the reason why, because the darker the color, the more nutritional value.
With the juice. Okay. Let's go. Y'all screenshot that? Go ahead, Paul. Because red quinoa is a little more bitter, and it's like it's a little more harder.
So the way to get the flavor into the way I add flavor to quinoa, I always cook mine with onions.
Yep, that's too.
Garlic. But now I will also I flavor it up. I'll use the Bragg's liquid aminos.
Yep, I remember you telling us about that liquid aminos.
The Bragg's liquid aminos, and then I may squeeze some lemon or lime in it.
That's good.
And I also may add some apple cider vinegar to it, just a teaspoon.
Yeah.
And then I'll put like some all-purpose seasoning in it from Simply Organic. I'll do some all-season salt from Simply Organic.
Yeah.
And then I'll add a little real unsalted butter, and bang, we rocking and we eating, and it's delicious.
Let me give them a tip on like how we season our food. Some of y'all who know me personally have heard this. But Paul's super right when you're like creating your meals to taste good. Like you don't have to scale back on the herbs and the spices and the seasoning. But one thing we do that we learned from Africa, and I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. It's only 15 of y'all, so cool. Make sure like when you use like okay grapeseed oil or avocado oil, when you're about to saute, add your spices in first.
The skillet,
So
yes.
saute on a medium heat before you add any food to it, whether it's your vegetables, even if it's chicken or whatever. Add your herbs and spices. The what is it? The oregano. We add rosemary sometimes, basil, onion. I use onion powder. I don't know how you feel about onion powder, but even
I
if
do.
garlic
It's fine.
powder.
As long as it's pure onions, yeah.
Yeah. And then like the sea salt with iodine. So add all that in there and allow it to turn brown first, and then add your food to it. What that does, it actually doesn't make your season become airborne, because if you don't do it first, then you ever like shake your spices on top of the food and next thing you know, you see all this like season in the air.
That's right.
It doesn't
It's
have
floating
opportunity. Yeah, it doesn't have the opportunity to stick. So if you do it that way in that order, then when you put your food in, it automatically sticks to the vegetables or the food. I mean, the chicken or the meat, whatever you're cooking when you saute. So it's a game changer for us because it's like, it makes your food taste so much better.
Yes. And so, my brother, peace to you. Someone sending me a lot of messages at the top of my phone. Okay. And so, you know what? Let's see, what time? 10:12. You know, can we go? Let's take the 10:30. We got
That's cool.
18 more minutes. We go 18 more minutes and
let's go.
Take any more questions, whatever. So here, I want to give everybody a hearty soup recipe. All y'all home, y'all ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. So this is what y'all need to, if you don't have all of this, mix it up. One of the things that I like to do with all my clients is teach you how to have a really hearty vegetable soup every week. Because if you have a really good vegetable soup every week, that's one way to get all your nutrition in. So here's a soup for y'all. Simple soup. If you don't have this, you can go, everybody can go get this from your grocery store. Cabbage, kale, zucchini, squash, bell peppers, onions, some little bell tomatoes.
That's good.
Put it all in a pot. Get a vegetable broth if you're vegetarian or vegan. Chicken broth if you want a little flavor. Add some Bragg's liquid aminos. Some lemon pepper. Garlic, onion. All-purpose seasoning. Stir it up. Cook it for 20 minutes. And it will be absolutely delicious. Hey, Miss Nancy, she's saying, talk about D3.
That's good.
Once again, if you guys are interested in a D3 supplement, the brand that you want to get is Solgar, Solgar. Oh, repeat the soup. Okay, so cabbage, leeks, zucchini, squash, bell peppers, onions, little bell tomatoes, veggie broth if you choose to go vegetarian, chicken broth. Get the Bragg's liquid aminos. Hunter, do you have that in the round? Do y'all have that over there, Bragg's liquid aminos?
No, we don't have the Bragg. You know, we don't have that.
I
remember we had it when you did you put that in the meal you made us?
I did.
It was bomb.
Bragg's liquid aminos. Everybody just Google it. It's a soy sauce alternative. It looks like soy sauce, but it's not.
Yeah, we don't have it here.
It's absolutely, yep, they have it at Sprouts. And like I said, you can do some lemon pepper seasoning, some all-purpose seasoning, and just flavor it up, y'all, and eat it. Caramel. Hello, Caramel.
Someone also said like tips on plant-based for kids. Tips for plant-based kids.
Okay, so tips on plant-based for kids. So now, I don't know, how old are they? One of the things that I found that kids love is if you can get sweet potatoes and make them. Oh, they're 2 years old. She said she got 2 kids, or they're 2 years old.
Is that 2 years old or two kids? Well, probably 2 years old since we asked.
Okay. Some mashed sweet potatoes. And mash them with some honey and squeeze a little lemon and cinnamon and a little butter and mash it up, or You could even put it in, after you cook it, blend it so it's really soft, and they'll eat that. You could also do, you can mash a lot of the babies, or blend a lot of their food after it's cooked, because if they're 2 years old, and just give it a little flavor and just put it on a spoon, as long as it tastes good, they'll eat it right down, and you can hide a lot of stuff that way. You know, I'll give you guys a tip for if you want to make a really good version of candy apples. Cut some apples in apple slices. And here's another sweetener that you're going to have to just Google and find: brown rice syrup. Brown rice syrup by Sweet Dreams. Yes, Joni, that's it. And if you do some apple slices, squeeze some lemon and cinnamon over the apples, and then pour some of this brown rice syrup, put it on a cookie sheet, you've got candy apples in
Easy.
10 minutes, and you don't have to worry about the sugar concentration, because brown rice syrup only has 2 ingredients: brown rice and water.
Okay.
And it's like a caramel honey taste, and you don't have to worry about the sugar content of it.
Paul, I have a quick question for you that I definitely had in the notes that I wanted to make sure we talk about just briefly. Agave versus honey.
Okay. I'm very transparent. I used to use agave a lot.
Me too.
Until I continued to study more and more on it. And hear my heart, I don't like to say anything is bad. I just like to educate on why I chose to go in a different direction. Agave tend to be very harsh on your teeth, in your gums and things of that nature. And I saw this with my own self when I went to my dentist. She said, "What are you doing with your teeth now?" I said, "What do you mean what I'm doing with my teeth? My teeth are fine." She said, "Yeah, in the front, but I'm looking at the back." I was like, "Well, wait a minute." And I knew that for quite a few months I used a lot of agave. And I said, oh, time to shift. And so I prefer raw honey as opposed to agave. And I also prefer brown rice syrup as opposed to agave. I see someone says, tips for acne, dry skin prevention for my 16-year-old daughter struggles. Well, first of all, I don't know what she eats, but 9 times out of, I'm just guessing that she eat a lot of sugar, a lot of candy. If sugar is not the issue, then dairy may be the issue. If dairy is not the issue, then she's not hydrating properly enough. If those 3 don't work, then the last part is she's not eliminating properly. She's constipated. And the reason why I say that is because when we have toxicity in our body, it either comes out several ways. Toxicity gonna come out from our poop, our breath, or our skin.
And urine.
And urine, right. And so it's gonna come out one of those 4 ways. You know, you'll meet someone that has bad breath, and you'll be like, and they'd be like, I brush my teeth. Well, that's because internally you're too toxic. So even though you're brushing your teeth, it's what's coming up through your intestinal tract, through your throat and all of that. It's just like, you know, we all know people that who's soon as they start to sweat, their body odor gets really strong. That's because their lifestyle of nutritional choices isn't very good. And that's what causes that's what causes the toxicity to a degree. So Serenity Smile, make sure you take down my personal information. If I can help you more with your daughter, I'd be more than happy to. So make sure you take down my number, text me, call me, inbox me.
Day syrup too, Paul. What are your thoughts about day syrup?
It's not necessarily bad. You know, once again, I hate to just say something and not know what context you're using it in. You know, are you using it for just everyday sugar? Or are you just putting it on something? So give me a little more information, Chris, on what you use date syrup for.
Because even if it's like pancakes.
Right. So
I wouldn't see using it in tea or anything. but I'm
Right.
sure maybe like food and things that you
Right.
use for breakfast.
Thank y'all for the hearts, whoever's sending them. We appreciate it. We
I
appreciate
know
it.
we love the
We
hearts.
said we
We
were
love
gonna
the
go an
hearts.
hour. We now going on like 2.5 hours, y'all.
I know,
Wow.
Paul. Listen, but I was thinking, I was like, we probably said that, but that ain't the truth because even me, even me and you in the conversation. I mean, us as
Right. We
sisters,
be talking all night. Right.
like all
Exactly.
night. You know what I mean? So I do really appreciate.
Exactly.
I know we all appreciate your time. I'm so
Well,
glad you added your number so
it's
people can
been
keep
my
in contact with you.
pleasure. Any more questions, y'all? I mean, the more you ask, the more I'll talk, but I don't want to overload you tonight. Once
Yeah.
again, make sure y'all have my Instagram. You have my cell phone number. I will be more than happy to personalize a program for you so we can get not just you because you're listening, but the whole family
The whole
healthy.
family. That is my point. God dang it, Paul. Why did you say that? So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned. I had a question earlier outside of live, along the lines of how do you get your family to also be supportive of your lifestyle change? Because you got people that live in the house with their parents,
Right.
and then also like how even when you have transitioned, how to kind of keep them along. And I know as a testament, like mom, dad, plant-based. They're working out, and I can't give myself all that credit because they have their own will, but I did help just at least keep them motivated by me transitioning first. Would you agree to that?
I would, and I always say this. I say success is caught, not taught.
That's right.
So I can teach you all day, but it's not until you catch it. And I'll use this example. If I have a cologne and I'm spraying it in the air, you get caught by the cologne. You're not taught by it. So success is caught and not taught. Just start practicing. Whoever you are that's on this with us tonight, just start practicing better habits. Don't go beat nobody over the head. Say, you eat that way, you do this, you do that.
Right, that part.
You do it. Let them see the improvement in you, and then they'll gradually come over and say,
That's right.
what was that you was eating? What was that? That smelled good. Or,
Yeah.
you look like you lost a few pounds now. Or your skin is glowing now. You got more energy now. And so I always say to people, I'm the coach, not the cop. I'm not arresting nobody. I'm not forcing nobody to change.
Yeah.
You are grown. We all make our own choices. But if through the grace of God and the knowledge that he's allowed me to learn, I can educate you, then it becomes an easier transition many times because through knowledge, we change.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm not going to fuss at you. I'm just going to keep educating you. And sooner or later, you're going to say, well, that does make sense. That does make sense. So to all of you that are trying to change a spouse, a kid, or a loved one, don't try to be the change agent in that. You be the change.
That's it. That's
Let them see
exactly
it in you, and as they see it in you,
That's right.
it becomes a magnet.
Right.
Smiling is contagious.
Yeah.
Healthy living is contagious. Positive attitude is contagious. So if you exhibit that long enough, you'll attract everything that you want. You won't have to fuss, scream, shout, holler, throw food away. You won't have to do none of that.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that's also the motivation. Like if you want your family to be healthy, you start first.
You start first.
And whatever you learn, like do your best to apply that and make those healthier choices, and then the rest will follow.
Yes,
That's exactly what happened with our family. It's like I made a decision to go plant-based, and then I just started doing stuff, and they're like, what you making? Okay. I'm like, you can try some, but I didn't beat them up over whatever they were eating. And next thing you know, they're like, okay. Mom went over and threw out the stuff from the fridge, and she actually went cold turkey. But I mean, it took a lot of other things too to compel her to change.
Right.
But it was really like the motivation of seeing someone be consistent. And I feel like we all are looking for just consistency. We want ourselves to be consistent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's not perfection, it's excellence.
Excellence.
I have another little saying. I say, inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. So just make for those of you that have tuned in tonight that are going to hear this rebroadcast somewhere, just if you do nothing but change the water you drink and start eating sweet potatoes.
One by one.
One by one. And then next week say, okay, I'm going to change the water I drink. I'm going to eat sweet potatoes, and I'm going to incorporate brown rice. And then before you know it, you've gotten to 10 and you where you need to be.
That's exactly what I'm a testament to that, y'all. I asked someone, what do they eat for breakfast? And they said burro bananas mixed with some, cut up some burro bananas, add some season to it, and that's all I eat. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And then from there is where the transition happened, Let's see what Chris said. Let's see.
I'm using he said I'm using dates for smoothies. Thank you.
Okay.
This is awesome. Bulk herbs. Yeah, I do use bulk herbs. Brianna, I will buy I'll buy like cilantro, basil, parsley, oregano.
Yeah.
In Whole Foods, yeah. And you can bag them yourself. Okay, Faith, direct message me. You already got my number, Faith, so that ain't no big
look, you got a whole family now. You got a whole family now. Make sure y'all hit up for all your health needs.
yes. So once again, let's see, but then you fighting them. Oh, is it fighting them? Oh, he said, but then you fighting them eating their food. Okay, I'm just scrolling down the comments, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Carl? My man Carl in Connecticut joined. I didn't know you was on, Carl. What's up? Carl, if you are there, send me some hearts. So let me tell y'all a quick story on Carl. Carl and I went to high school. I'm a couple of years older than him. And he reached out to me a couple of months ago. He was like, man, I be watching all this healthy food stuff you're doing. I know we said we're going to stop at 10:30, y'all. So I'm trying to honor my word. But anyway, so Carl called me. We walked through a whole bunch of stuff over the phone. Now, Carl's very fit, always been athletic his whole life. But he was having some major cholesterol issues and so forth. So we talked a couple of days ago. And he was like, Doc, I just went and got all my levels checked, and everything is perfect. And this happened in about a 2-month transition. Carl is Sperling 73 right there. So he clapping, waving his hand. And so
we clapping for you, Carl.
Yeah, and so and it's crazy because Carl used to ride home with me every day for basketball practice. I was a senior, he was a sophomore, so I used to drop him off every day. And he just called me out the blue and said, man, I want to get my health in order. And we did everything over the phone. I told him what to do, what to buy, what to cook. And he went and got his cholesterol checked. I think this was just last week we were talking. And he was like, man, my cholesterol, my levels are amazing now. So it's not something that has to take forever to do, y'all. It really doesn't.
Yeah, step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, thank you so much, Paul. This has been amazing.
Well, I want to thank Hunter for putting this together. I love you, Mom Pops.
Oh yeah, Mom, over here, Pop. We love you so much. Thank you.
And
you gotta come more often too.
And to everybody out there, I'm going to just say this in closing. I love everybody. Feel free to hit me up. This information is not just through me. It's for everybody. I want to share it. So if you got any questions, y'all all got my info. I'm going to sign out with that note. Hunter, I love you. I love you. I love you. You keep doing your thing. And Cali, girl, blessings be on you. May your blessings continue to chase you down.
Thank you. Amen. And we send that for everybody watching too.
That's right.
Yeah, everybody watching, for your blessings to chase you down. And even you getting a spirit of like the power to do and the will to say, you know what, I'm going to make this change. You know what I mean? I speak that over everybody because that's exactly what happened to us. I mean, we really attribute it to the power of God, because my mom, she was not like, you could tell her anything and she's like, I don't care. But she actually she woke up. And then it was there, she was able to walk in those steps. So, man, again, thank you, Paul, so much. Paul,
love y'all. Have a beautiful night.
We
gonna make it through the corona, people. We gonna do what we need to do.
Listen,
and we gonna be good.
We're good. I'm so proud of you, Paul. And also, y'all got his IG, right? And all the info. Okay, cool. Make sure you guys follow PSL Evolve. Are we still in here?
Yeah, check this out. And I need everybody that's been on real quick. I need y'all to go follow my beverage, FH Ginger Brew.
Yes, we didn't get to that part, but yes,
We
ginger
ain't get to that.
brew.
We ain't get to that, but that's okay. But I need everybody to go follow it because we're getting ready to pull off something really big.
Yeah.
Fred's got some really big things coming down the pike with, if you didn't see his Facebook concert, his next one is going to happen the night before Easter. It's going to be some big, big things on there. So go follow us at FH Ginger Brew on Instagram, FH Ginger Brew. Go follow us, give us a shout out, and thank you for putting that up. Yes, FH Ginger Brew. Yes. Go
Ginger brew.
follow us. That's the beverage that Fred Hammond and I, the gospel singer, have together. And I
And
love
it's
y'all.
fire. It's amazing.
I love y'all. I love y'all. Good night.
Good night, Paul. Check with you later, man. We love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, family. I hope everybody was blessed by this live. Y'all still in there? We good? Cool. So that was amazing. That was amazing. You got notes, Mommy? I know y'all got notes. So I'm happy that you guys tuned in. Make sure you guys follow PSL Evolve also. PSL Evolve and Power Speaks Louder, those who just tuned in or who's been in here for a little bit, because we'll be sharing recipes on there. We'll do something really cool with Paul so we can keep, the momentum with all the information. And then you can also find like the running challenge. We have this 50-mile running challenge for the month of April. I love you guys so much. And just make sure you tune in every time we go live. I'll let you know. I'll give you guys a heads up. And just stay well. Take everything that you learned today and like apply it one by one, whether it's the water or cutting out the dairy and like switching that to like the rice milk Paul was talking about, oat milk, coconut, making sure like with the chewing gum that you go to Glee instead of, the Orbit and all the other things that we chew. Stay away from the mints too. Like there's really great alternatives. And if you guys feel like you didn't get everything that you were looking for to hear, because we can't do that all in one night, but feel free to hit Paul up, feel free to hit me up, because I do have a testimony as to what brought me here. Right now, the world has been disrupted by an invisible virus, a virus that we can't see. What we do is, believe the reports, or believe the news, and believe the doctors that are telling us what this virus can do to our bodies. And obviously, we're seeing, people that were sick, or maybe we didn't. Maybe we just heard that, some people are sick from the virus or whatever happened. But it's interesting how this invisible virus can give us anxiety, and we can't see it, but we have to believe that it's true because it's impacting people. So I like to also mention and kind of submit that how about we keep in mind that our invisible God can give us peace and strength, and just a covering, and we can rest our foundation in that. Because if we are so easy to listen to the media and to believe that this invisible virus can take us out, or if it's giving us anxiety, then we should then switch our focus on our invisible source, our invisible Father, who gives us peace, and even in the midst of all that's going on right now. So that's my piece. And being wise enough to know what type of information I need in the natural to feed my body what it needs. But then also when it comes to my foundation and rooting myself spiritually in the truth, that alone, can allow me to be more secure, even though I can't see neither the virus or God. But I do see God's presence and him working, through in various ways. So I just want to leave you out with that and share that tip, by the way. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. And Paul and I are we're going to work on some great things to give you guys more content. So keep it up. And I can't wait to just hear the testimonies of your family. I can't wait to hear like how you came out of different habits and how you're getting better and stronger, because I actually really care. I want everybody to know like all the good information. Like it's not about like, oh, okay, what you know about oregano. Like, no, y'all need to be knowing about all these things, to stay healthy. And I believe God wants us to know about these things. And it's not like just so spiritual where we're not, implementing these natural truths. It's like, no, let's eat off the earth. Let's take the things that we know would give us a benefit, and let's do away with the things that are poison. It's very simple, and it's God led. Yeah. And we perish for lack of knowledge. So love you. Mwah.